Hello. Wow. We had some technical difficulties.
We've had one in a while.
Welcome. Welcome to Beyond the Shadowz podcast, hosted by Haunted Souls Paranormal. February 27th, season 2, episode 7. Sorry, that was
everything went wrong. And we haven't had
blue tonight. We can't figure out why we're blue.
Yeah. That's just one of the things.
And then the
our headphones weren't working.
Our link wasn't working to our guests. It was hey, but we're here.
We're here. Finally. We had to
What are you shaking for though?
I had so much anxiety. I have this thing about being early. Well, for the past 5 weeks we've been early, like up here at 6:30, links sent, everything's good, everything's working, everything's smoothly. We're usually talking to our guests for like 5 minutes before we go on air, and
Not
just
tonight.
Everything was going wrong. And I hate running late. I hate being like confuzzled, and I was getting frustrated. But it's Tuesday. It's podcast night.
It's podcast night. Let's get everybody in before we start talking about everything.
Yeah. And Kathy said, "Okay, pizza night."
Yep, it is.
Hello,
pizza
hello.
night for
She's
us,
number
too.
1 this week. She
I don't
said,
know why I
"Now
got my
going,
headphones on right now.
now going for dessert."
Well, imagine that.
I like having my headphones. It makes me feel like we're actually doing a podcast. I don't know.
I fight with them with the stupid.
Lauren said, "Happy HSP Tuesday,
Welcome,
everyone."
Lauren. Hello, Lauren.
Kenny
Lauren.
said, "Made it."
What's up, Kenny B?
Kenny made it before we did.
Yeah, everybody made it before we
Everybody
did.
made it before we did. Lauren said, "Woohoo." Susan, hello.
going
She
on,
said, "Hey,
Susan?
y'all, just got home in time."
Well, if you were running late, you was fine because we were running late too.
Yeah.
So.
Jessica, hello. She said, "Just woke up." Destiny, I think so.
Did you wake up because I texted you Showtime or what? Because apparently now I have like a list of people that I have to text to say Showtime to remind them that, you know.
Oh, that's funny. Kathy said, "Time for spooky things."
Yes.
Susan says, I guess she's on YouTube and Facebook.
She's double fisting it.
She goes bump in the night. Jessica said, "I want pizza." Stacy, Mom, I hate saying that. Mom said, "That's what I'm making for dinner tonight, Jess." Lauren said, "Pizza sounds good. I should probably have some dinner at some point." Our little moderator, she said they had some headphones issues. Don't go anywhere. They'll be back on.
Oh, she was letting everybody
She's in the
know.
living room, so she could probably hear us
Yeah.
go, "What? Everything's not working."
She's like our moderator because she could hear what's going on. I didn't realize that.
She said, "Here they come." Sorry, folks.
Yeah. Should just tell everybody.
Oh no, not the headphones. Yeah. Jessica says, "Stacey, do you deliver?" Everyone's in pizza
Everybody
mode.
wants pizza. Kathy started pizza mode.
Stacey said, "LOL." For you, Jess, yes. And then Jeannie, hello.
What's going on, Jeannie? She just scooped right in there at the end.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Everybody's got pizza tonight on the brain. I'll have my pizza after the show.
Yeah, we usually do quick and easy things for podcasts since it's so late.
So weather, yeah, gorgeous. 80 degrees.
80 degrees today.
Tomorrow will drop down to 40.
Yeah.
And then climb its way back up. So that's a good thing. My sister went fishing today. She sent me a picture. Nice fish of the 2024.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was going to go
Beautiful day
fishing
for
with
it.
her, but I had things to do and didn't work out that
Would have
way.
been
So.
a really beautiful day for fishing.
Yes.
Well, I wouldn't have gone fishing. I would have gone to the petting zoo right across the street. But
It's not across the street. It's in the park. It's just right down from the lake.
across the pond.
Yes. But what's going on, everybody? Next week is
Our
1 year anniversary for our podcast.
Yeah.
We have some great. We reached out to some previous guests that were on our season 1 podcast and asked them to send in a little short video of like their favorite segment that night or something. So we'll have other guests sending in videos next week.
Yeah. We'll break it into one huge video and then we'll play it for on here.
Whatever. And she says that. She ain't gonna get it done.
I
by
will.
that time.
It's the easiest thing because I don't even
whatever.
have to listen to the.
Whatever.
I don't even have to listen to it.
Whatever. So yeah, tune in. We'll give some giveaways. We're gonna give some drawings and some giveaways next week, and everything. So tune in next week. It's gonna be just me and Maddie, no guests.
Yeah.
Just celebrating, showing highlights and different things of over the past year and stuff like that.
Talk about our favorite moments.
Yeah, talk about our favorite moments. Maybe our favorite guests. No, they're all favorite guests. So.
Yeah.
So I can't say that.
No, we love everybody. That
we did have a change though. If you watched, I mean, people have asked, like, they're like, "Hey, who are these two guys on here?" And because as things started, it was Doug, me, and Zach, and you weren't even on there.
No, I wasn't.
And then Doug kind of stepped away, and it was just me, Zach, and then you popped in.
I popped in a couple times.
And then Zach left, and it was just me and you. So so the dynamic has changed all year.
Yeah.
So
the energy is still here.
Energy is still there.
Yeah.
So check out next week. Things going on for March. 2 events. We have both events are KC Metaphysical Fairs that we are collaborating with. So we have March St. Patrick's Day weekend. So 15th, 16th, and 17th we'll be in Kansas City. We'll be doing Hall of Waters event Saturday night. Get your tickets. That will include an all-day, all weekend pass to the fair. All the speakers are free. All the workshops are free, and stuff. I will actually be speaking since you're not even going to be there.
No, is that what I'm in?
Yeah, you're
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Which I'll also miss a podcast. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, she'll miss one. Hall of Waters. I had to do a solo. Get me.
He's got it.
Yeah.
He talks. He's the talker. I'm just a sit here and look pretty person.
And then at the end of February, we have another KC Metaphysical Fair in St. Charles. We'll be at the Ameristar Casino, and we'll be at the Mineral Springs in Alton. That's at the end of the month, the 30th. Get your tickets for that. You don't have to go very far. It's right here in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But once you buy your ticket, you get an all-day pass, all weekend pass to the fair, free workshops, guest speakers, and all that lovely stuff.
Yeah.
Manny will actually be at that one.
I will. I'll be at that one. You'll get to see me.
Like that.
Do you want to? We'll talk a little more about because I have a feeling our guests today we're gonna go the full 2 hours.
That's why I was trying to get everything.
Yeah. That's why we're trying to get everything because we
were on their pair talk.
Yes.
Thursday night.
And we got off at 1 in the morning.
Yeah, well, it was like a 5-hour talk.
I had school the next morning. I was like, I gotta go to bed. So we'll talk a little bit about your weekend at.
We can talk about that next weekend.
Yeah,
we'll
talk about that next
too.
week. Yeah,
I got some really cool Estes videos again, and I actually did Estes, and I have a video. Shout out to Paranormal Possum. They actually did video of us doing Estes, and then she actually has video of me doing Estes and everything, which that's a rarity.
Yeah,
they actually got it on video.
Stick me down the.
It got me feeling like I'm a blind person because I kept thinking someone was sitting on the bed. And everything.
Well, you are kind of a blind person, but that's besides the point.
Yeah. But with that,
we'll go ahead and bring our guests on and let them introduce themselves.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Let me see. There we go. Hello.
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 Hi.
Hey. How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. We didn't get to see Will last time.
I know.
He doesn't make an appearance very often. I was like, we're going to be on a podcast this time, not hosting one, sir. So you're going to have to be present.
I feel honored. Thank you.
You should.
So you guys want to introduce your guys' selves? Your guys' selves.
We are the Paranormal Trio. My name's Will. This is Brandy. This is our best friend, sister, Alicia. How does she look so confused?
You can't hardly hear Will.
No, it sounds like you're in the other room.
Does it sound horrible?
You sound good.
Yeah. How about now?
Still the same.
Just take them out and see if they can hear us better.
I can't hear you at all now. Lovely technical. Hey, it's just going. It's not just us, everybody.
The night's been all night.
Alicia, you can hear us, right?
I can.
Okay, yeah, you sound good.
How about now?
Yeah,
There you go.
there we
Yeah.
go.
We're good now.
There we go. We're all set. Boy, this is all night. This is all night thing.
Sorry.
No, you're
All right, you
good.
want to start all over now?
We are the Paranormal Trio. I'm Will. This is my wife, Brandy. This is our, guess you could call her sister, Alicia. She's our best friend. We've known for many years, so we make up the Paranormal Trio.
Nice. And then how long do you guys been going, and what got you guys started?
You know this stuff better than I do. Date wise.
You guys can still chime in.
Well, we started February of last year.
Well, you just answered his question.
And I'm trying to remember all this. I can't remember anything from yesterday, so I do good to remember anything from a year ago. But we didn't do our first live until May of last year.
Yeah.
At Woodlawn Estates in Maysville, Kentucky. So we've been going about it right about a year now.
I'm flipped on the screen. I was like, I'm not even looking around.
You're okay.
No, I was like, I'm looking the wrong way. I'm flipped. Okay. Not looking.
You are. Yep.
Yeah, you're
good.
fine.
Bless her heart.
You put her on video. It's the same thing, Brandy. It's just not a phone.
No, for some reason on here it looks like I'm flipped. It's like I'm opposite and not mirrored.
You're okay.
So did you guys, all three of you guys, just start at the same time, or
Well,
just figured it was like, hey, let's do this?
these two I guess got into watching all this stuff on TikTok, like Kalani and all them kinds of people, and I started watching some stuff, and I was kind of more of like the skeptic person, like, this is funny stuff,
Yeah.
Until something happened to me, then I kind of opened my eyes up and like, all right, there's something here. There's something about the afterlife, the paranormal part, and it probably took me a good little while to get used to it and accept it, but now I'm a firm believer.
No.
And Brandy, what got you started into it?
I mean, I used to watch ghost hunters and stuff on TV, like back in the day. Paranormal movies, but watching people actually go live and doing it, it kind of makes you feel like you're kind of there in the space with them and experience it to an extent, but kind of, I don't know, like get a feel for it type thing. So we got a few pieces of equipment and went to a cemetery and tried everything out to see if it was like our kind of thing or not. It went pretty well.
Do you want to talk to your friend, because we established last Thursday that you and Alicia are just alike. They're two people that are scared of their own shadow. Alicia won't even go to the bathroom by herself.
You got to give her some good credit, okay? She's not scared of her own shadow. Just things scare her more than other group people,
Definitely.
So what got you into it, Alicia?
I guess I've always kind of watched paranormal on TV. But I was like, is it real? Is it not real? But I guess like what really made me kind of start believing in stuff is when my daughter had told me, she would talk to my grandmother, and she would sit and play Barbies with her, and she would tell me stuff that nobody knew. I'm like, okay, so this is really happening.
That got you all. And then how'd you guys meet?
Church.
Church? Nah, just out of curiosity, do y'all still go to that church?
No,
No.
So the paranormal is taking you away from church.
No.
we left that before the paranormal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I actually used to be a preacher, Dan.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
really. Yeah. Ain't that some funny? Are we allowed to cuss on here?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. This is 18
There's no
plus.
etiquette here.
There's no
Fucking shit.
Fire away. You can say banned, murdered, everything. We don't have to worry about what we talk
Okay.
about.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no bananas, no pew pew, no,
No, like,
Yeah, I was a preacher for a little while, and I actually grew up in church. My dad was a pastor and preacher for many years before he passed. So it was one of those things that I thought I had a calling. Maybe jump the gun, you know. I'm not pushing religion. I'm not promoting religion, but
Mhm.
you know, I don't know. Just there's too much drama in churches, I guess is what I'm saying. So I just took myself out of it. I'm good right here with the man upstairs, so that's all that matters to me. So
That's all that matters.
so that's how we all met. We all met in church. We were youth leaders at one time. We were there. Yeah, that's.
so you're youth leaders, now you're paranormal investigators, you know, hey.
Yeah.
I'm a musician, so I played the instruments in church and all that stuff. So
There was a reason why y'all had church was why you guys needed to meet.
hey, and one. Okay, since we can say anything on YouTube.
okay,
No, hang on a second. I got this. I'm still on a leash. It's all right.
are you?
Dan's gonna find this funny.
Oh, jeez.
The church that we all met at, our pastor was a police officer, and he was also a
Specific.
swinger.
Really? There you go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh,
Pastors are freaks. Behind closed doors.
we had to get up out of there, son.
Well, he had his choice, boy. He was probably moving through the congregation.
Probably so. Probably so.
What you hold your face for, Brandy?
She's the one that told the leash.
She don't like it when I got free range to say whatever I want.
No, because he's in his mouth, and sometimes he gives away too many details.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
What,
loving this.
first question?
Yeah, so I guess my question would be, what was that location that really, like, for us, we've said it multiple times, is like MSP for us was that set in stone. Like, that was our first ever investigation. That was the one that got us hooked. What was that kind of location for you guys? That location that really was like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this more.
You all three can answer too.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the West Penn, like Moundsville prison.
We hit the house before Moundsville. So, and it's like a very small location. It's like the last standing house in Gainesville, Tennessee. And it used to be like a Civil War hospital. It was a home. And I think we went 5 times last year. But that was like the first location I feel like we got a lot of activity at. To keep going and being like, okay, all right, you know, if we're getting communication now, some of our stuff's going off. We could hear, you know, some stuff come through Estes. So I feel like the Gaines house helped. Helped me, I guess. I mean, just seeing more stuff go off because I mean, like, you know, you go to smaller locations and you're just still trying to fill it out.
Yeah.
To me, I've got a tie, really. West Penn was really, really something big for me. Just because it's a big, big prison. So much history there. Some things happened to me there. So that really pushed me to want to really get into it. And then there's a place here in Tennessee that we go to
sometimes called Thomas House Hotel, and that place right there was or is pretty awesome to me. So I've kind of got a tie there between Thomas House and West Penn. They're both kind of pushed me to like, okay, this is really legit. There's something um, other than us, of course, like you hear everybody say, nobody knows the true meaning of paranormal.
Mhm.
So, those two places really pushed me to want to find out more about the paranormal.
So feeding off that one, so what was the first like really good evidence that you guys, not your like your most creepiest or scariest, but what was the most evidence? What was that first piece of evidence that got you hooked? That said, okay, this is what I want to do. This amazed me. Like your jaw dropped. Was like, okay, I want to do this.
The first thing for me was the night I become a believer instead of a skeptic. We were at a place here in Tennessee called Old Green County Jail, and Alicia and Brandy had done some things. I'm like, okay, I'll go in this jail cell and try to talk to whoever's in here. I had it in my mind that these two were nuts. Just hearing things.
Just tell us how you really feel. Jeez.
He said, I was about to put him in a psych ward. You're crazy.
I got in there, and it's the first time I ever done Estes method, so I want to try it out. And while I'm sitting there listening to the sweep and everything, to my right, there's nobody. It's a cell, so they're to my left at the door, and to my right is just a bed and the wall and the window. And I literally felt somebody just poke me, And I took the headphones off and looked at them. I'm like, and I had my eyes closed. I'm like, did y'all touch me? They're like, no. I'm like, okay, I'm out of this jail cell. Here.
I'm done with this.
He said, I believe.
That right there really spooked me out.
Alicia?
I guess like our first intelligent Estes session we had takes me back to West Penn. That was like the first time that I carried on a whole conversation with the spirit.
That's what's like, I'm going to do this. This is cool. This is where
Yeah.
I'm going to.
Have you all heard us talk about Ed before?
Yeah.
That's where Ed comes from, was West Penn.
West Penn.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that was last August. Last August 26th is when we went to West Penn. So we've had Ed hanging with us that long.
Which is a place we're going back to sometime.
I want to go back there for sure.
And what was yours, Randy?
I had it in my mind a second ago, and then I was listening to Alicia.
She is cracking up.
I mean,
Can you take a test?
well, we know Dan's not the father, so.
Yeah. I am not the COVID baby. Daddy.
That was funny. I don't like. I've done Estes. I hear stuff, see stuff, Shadowz, but I guess I have to go to the first time I ever got scared. Well, I mean, scared at the moment. Now I look back and I'm like, I was like really startled, and that was at the Thomas house, and like I've felt the touch and all that stuff before, but it never like completely freaked me out until we went to the Thomas house and we were going down the dark hallway, and I go straight into the room that's at the end. Well, I attempt to, and I get like in the threshold of the doorway, and I like put my foot in like I'm gonna walk in there, and we had no lights besides what we were filming with. And I didn't physically get pushed out, but I could tell as soon as I stepped in that room, whatever was in there didn't want me in that room. And I got like a really strong perfume smell as soon as we walked down that hallway. I could smell it before they did. I was like, "Do you guys smell that?" And they're like, "No." So we took another couple of steps, and then they could smell it. And I was like, "This wasn't here before when we were doing our little tour and walk around. The smell wasn't here."
Yeah.
And so when I tried to walk in that room and backed up, I could tell something was just like kind of shielding me from going in there. So I'm standing there for a minute and I'm like, okay, whatever it is doesn't want me in there. And then about, I don't know, 10 seconds later, I start hearing a noise and I'm just like, what am I hearing? I heard a noise. I'm like, can you guys hear this? They're like, no. And I was like, it's a humming noise. And so I sit on the couch right there by the door, and our investigation bag that has all the equipment I carry across my shoulder. And I sat down, and that bag was beside me.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked over, and I was like, you guys, the 7 just turned on by itself. Our spirit box. And it's in a hard shell case that I bought specifically for it. So it wasn't anything that could push against it. And
Wow.
they're like, so I get it out, and it's on. And I turn it off immediately because it freaked me out. And I was like, okay, what am I supposed to do? And so, of course, eventually I turned it back on, and we did Estes for a few minutes. But that was the first time I had ever gotten scared, I would say.
I'm impressed with the things come on. Kind of like, I don't know if I want to play with this. Let's go put this out in the car.
It was pretty creepy.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm gonna go put this out in the car.
You're like, I'm gonna take that as that equipment was used in this investigation and no more.
I mean, his phone, he was actually standing behind me, and his phone was in he had gym shorts on. So, like, they're deep pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And his phone, he had the camera in his hand. Both of his hands were being used. And his phone came out of his pocket and landed on the ground. And we're all just looking around like, what? Because he's just standing there like this, like with his hands up, just looking.
Because I heard something fall, and I was like, what is it? I turned and looked, my phone's on the ground. My phone was in my pocket. So,
Yeah, anytime you get any of that, like, with any equipment coming on and off, we had the one time we were at the house, that Salem house, and my phone started playing Pink, and I don't even have no Pink on my phone,
No.
like in my playlists or anything like that, and it started to play the song. And I thought somebody was calling me. It was a little weird.
Yeah.
And somebody's like, "Oh, you got that as your ringtone?" I'm like, "That song is not even on my phone anywhere."
Yeah.
And stuff. It was so weird. I was just like, okay.
And that was just like your phone playing music. Imagine like a spirit box just turning on. You're like,
In a hard case though, too. That's
yeah,
like nothing.
It's a little. It's creepy.
So, okay, your question. Sorry.
No good.
Oh, I was gonna say. So it's a 2-part. So, what is your favorite location, and then what is your most scariest location that you've been at that just freaks you out, or
I've got the same answer for both those questions. My favorite and the creepiest is Post Town in Ohio.
Post Town in Ohio is the same state. That's your favorite and your creepiest?
I just said that. And
Well, you were just talking about how much you love the Thomas house, so I figured that was.
I know, but Post Town's my number 1 spot so far.
you guys ain't husband and wife at all, are you?
Is this what people think it's funny between me and you?
I guess. I don't know.
Hey, in August we'll be married 20 years, if that tells you anything.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Brandy, Alicia.
Favorite? I'd have to say probably the Gaines house would be one of my favorites, just because we always get, not just that we usually get interaction there, but even though we've been 5 times last year, we would get a different story every time we went. But the scariest, where did I get scared out last? And ran.
Where did I get scared at last?
I don't get scared often. So
where was the first time that you got scared and Alicia said she never seen you get scared?
That was at the Thomas house when the SB7 turned on.
There you go.
But my location, I would say, would be West Penn. Maybe, I don't know. Post Town and West Penn is about the same. Like, creep factor.
Okay.
And Alicia.
So favorite location would be West Penn so far.
And we all know they're scary for you.
Well, the scariest, I have a tie. It would be between Post Town and the Old Green County Jail.
Shit, she scared all of them.
Yes.
Like Old Green County Jail was the first time that I had got physically hit by a spirit. Like it knocked me forward and left a bruise.
Yeah.
Post Town would be, that's the first place I seen a crawler. So
It's kind of like your thing.
Those are terrifying. Okay, as a person who is already scared of a location, and then you see something crawl, that's even more terrifying. What do you mean?
Yeah. It was on the ceiling, so
Oh,
I know we've discussed about going to investigate together. I can't wait. We need to take Alicia and Mo and both let them go together on a solo.
Oh, gee.
Just send them both.
see, I would do it if somebody was with me.
yeah.
Oh, you two wouldn't be scared.
Oh, I definitely would.
Oh, yeah.
You
But
two
at least
would be
we'd be
hugging each other
together.
and would be scared the shit out of each other.
We'd be like, "What's that? What do you mean? What's that?"
What's that sound? What do you mean? Stop saying that.
That would be a short session.
Yeah, that would be
Put
great.
that video on America's Funniest Videos and probably make millions on that.
You know, we always love you. That's why we say it, Alicia. I give her so much trouble for it
He
all
does.
the time.
And I'm just so glad there's a paranormal investigator out there who's also scared. You don't find them very often.
Hey, I have no shame in my game. I'll tell anybody.
Hey, I'll stand. We stood up in that room in our conference when we did that workshop, and you were like, "Yeah, I'm not that really scared." I'm like, "I'm scared. I'm terrified. It's okay." I sat in a
Tina
room full
meant
of
it
people.
too.
I'm like, "I'm scared. It's
Yeah.
okay."
Hey, now there has been places, and I'm a big guy. I'm 6'1", 270 pounds. But there's been some places I've walked in and looked down the hallways. I'm like, nope, fuck that.
I said it too. I'm brave to a point.
Exactly.
You know, like, and I was telling you guys last Thursday, like, Madison is afraid of her shadow. I'm scared to a certain point, and then Zach was like, "I'll just, ride bicycles through the places," and nothing scared him,
Yeah.
And we all had our 3 levels, of what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm scared to a point. And Saturday night when I was on the live, I didn't realize it, but I was upstairs all by myself at one point. I was like on the live, and I was like, kind of like, there ain't nobody else up here. I'm up here by myself. Didn't even realize it. That place didn't
Really
scare me.
funny is when I get scared, it scares them both because I'm the last one that gets scared. So when I get scared, Alicia has a heart attack and she'll like levitate across the couch.
No, true story.
Yeah.
And they both take off running and block the entrance. And I'm like, I have nowhere to go. So
He's like, "It's getting me." He's like, "Oh
I
man,
tell people, if you see me moving,
you
you
better,
better
run."
follow along because there's something coming. If I'm running,
you better keep up.
yeah, there's something coming if I'm running.
If he's running, I'm not even touching the ground. Like I said, like you guys said, I'm levitating. I'm booking it. If I
Oh,
see
my
him
God.
run, because he's the one to sit there and go, "What was that?" and walk towards it. If you run, I'm kicking you down on the ground and I'm taking off. I'm
We're not
stepping
supposed to
on
run
you.
away from it. We're there to see what it is.
Yeah, but if you're
Well,
running-
at least you run away. I have a problem of running in place. So I don't go nowhere.
She's got that Scooby Doo thing. That.
He really does. We were
Yeah.
at Whispers and she got scared and she was sitting in the chair. And my husband slammed the door really loud, just being ridiculous. And it scared the shit out of her. And she's sitting in the chair with her feet going. And we're just like, "Alicia, where are you going?" She's like, "I don't know. I just got scared." But Karma came back and got him like 20
I
seconds
didn't.
later.
Here's the thing. I didn't shut the door on, slam it on purpose. We were trying to get the shut so it would latch to keep it closed. They thought I done it to be funny, but I was trying to get the door shut completely. And then about 10 seconds later, some of the other groups that was with us come running up and open the door, and I about fucking died right there. Son.
Is that the video? Is that the video you have on TikTok?
Where he looks like a ballerina.
Yeah, the door opens up and bangs into him.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, if I'd had to pee, I'd have pissed myself.
Yeah.
hey, To be fair, those doors at Whispers, you have to slam them to shut them. I will give them
See?
that.
Thank you, Mo.
I
Yeah.
will give you that. We've been at Whispers, and you have to. They're old doors. They'll just pop right open again.
We were at Rhodes this Saturday, and I didn't realize it because all the lights were off Saturday night until Sunday when we woke up. When I walked in the hall to go to the bathroom, the whole house slants. I was like, I walked into the door frame to get into the bathroom. I was like, well, I didn't even feel it the night before. I was like, I never even noticed that the house slanted. And like you literally you look down the hallway and you can see it slants. I was
Oh,
like,
wow.
holy crap, that's like a fun house.
The Thomas House does that. The Thomas House Hotel. We
Yeah.
figured that out the first time we went. We've been like 4 or 5 times. We couldn't figure out what the gap was between the bed. Like it wasn't sitting right. And we're like, this whole entire hotel leans. Like it leans to the, which I mean, it was built in the 1800s.
Yeah.
Or rebuilt in the 1900s. But that was kind of trippy because we were trying to because the flooring there, some stuff obviously needs to be redone. But
Yeah.
it's a great location.
I thought about you, Alicia, because this was built in 1893 and it was a hotel. And then when the owner, the male, died, the woman opened it up as a brothel. As soon as he said that, I was like, Alicia needs to be here.
Yeah.
To be fair, when we were on TikTok live with them, and they were like, "Yeah, she has a thing for brothels." I was like, "What?" I was like,
past
"Oh."
life, she was a working girl.
I was like,
pretty much-
"Oh." I was like, "She likes to investigate brothels." I was
She likes some dead hoes.
I was like, when they said she
No.
has a thing for brothels, I was like,
It's not like me visiting strip clubs all over the country.
"That's
It's
what
just
I
like,
envisioned
gotta
when they
go to
said
every
she has a
brothel.
thing."
She used to hang out in Vegas.
Oh.
She's like, no, I just want to hear something
Yeah.
about it come through on Estes or out loud or whatever.
Yeah.
I just want to conversate with her.
Yeah, I didn't know that. As soon as he was talking about the whole thing, he's like, "Yeah, the owner of the husband died, and the woman opened into a brothel." And I was like, "Alicia, I was like, there he goes." I was like, "It's a brothel." I was like, "There you go." If everybody don't know, Alicia has a thing for brothels.
She likes to investigate
She likes
brothels.
to investigate a brothel.
Yes.
Not like she's a working girl looking for a side job.
You never know with that one.
Oh, my stomach.
Your stomach.
My stomach.
I mean-
It's cramping. I'm laughing. Oh.
All right. What was that? This is why we were on for 5 hours.
The only one I could think about is everyone's favorite question. What is your favorite location? If all
A bucket
expenses,
list.
your bucket list, all expenses are covered.
Okay.
What is the location that you would go in the U.S. and what is the location that you would go out of the U.S.?
I would want to go just to a bunch of different brothels.
Abandoned
To
ones or
investigate.
real ones?
Abandoned ones. Like I don't have one that I really want to go to right now, but I want to go to all the brothels.
Okay, and then out of the country?
I don't
Brothels?
really know where any out of the country is.
Nothing that you would want to do like Scotland or Ireland or catacombs.
I've never really looked at locations there.
You guys, I bet you there's some brothels over there too.
There is one brothel that I want to go to.
They're probably still in function.
Yeah,
What is the name of it, Brandy? Because I always say it wrong. It's in Texas. Is it Drumus?
oh, the Drumus house?
Yeah. You were
Dumas.
Dumas. I would always call it Dumas. The dumbest place.
The Dumas house. Is
Yeah.
Chuck, I don't know. Is Chuck on here? Mudrad, you on here? I didn't see if you were on here or not.
I haven't seen his name pop up.
Oh, he's from Texas. Mudrat's from Texas. I didn't know if he wasn't on there tonight. He usually pops in.
Yeah.
What's yours, Brandy?
If somebody else had to pay for it,
Yeah, it's all
It's like
no
a free
cost,
trip,
free trip.
free investigation.
Okay, I would say Pinhurst.
Okay.
outside United States.
I only know of one location out of the United States, just because I don't fly, so I'd never go out of the United States.
You can take a boat.
Train.
I can do.
How you whoa, wait a second. How are you gonna take a train across the river?
Maybe
the
it's
ocean.
Maybe it's in Canada.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I could do Canada.
See?
Now we're gonna have to find a place in Canada. That would be my out of state place.
Well,
Mine would be here in the U.S. would be I think is it the Murder House in Texas,
The Hill House.
or the Hill House?
Hill House.
Okay.
Yeah, and then out of you answered it earlier. Out of state or out of the U.S. would be the Catacombs.
Catacombs. I think Lauren, that's on here, she's going to the Hill House in Texas.
Yes.
And next month,
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. I think that I can't see you going to investigate catacombs. That's like your worst fear.
No, it's not as small as you think. I mean, you can stand up and walk through it.
Well, to a certain point.
My thing is like when you watch caves, I panic when I see people crawling on their bellies in like caves and stuff. I have a panic attack and just like watching them, and it just freaks me out. Like I just turned on there's a TikTok video and there's a guy literally got his face sideways and he's scooching on and his opening's like this big. And he's got a camera, and I'm like, why? And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I start panicking for himself. And I know the man didn't die, but I started panicking. I had to switch off the video. So I was like,
I think we have a different vision of the catacombs. There's that one where you can walk through, but then there's also the other ones that like you could take a tour guide and you could go and you could crawl through the caves.
I've never seen those.
Yeah.
Do you want to catch up on some comments?
Yeah.
I see Sharon came in.
All the way up here. Kathy said, Mo, they've we're walking the ponies today.
Oh, geez.
About the
petting zoo.
The petting zoo. I love petting zoos.
There's only one way in and out, right?
Oh, catacombs. Yeah.
It ends up at the other end. You can walk all the way through, I believe.
That's the walk through.
If it's a one way in and out, I'm not going in.
That's the crawling one.
Yeah. No, I can't do that.
Yes, Alton will be awesome.
Alton will be awesome. Yes. Sharon said, "What's up?"
What's up, Sharon?
Hello.
She said, "Look at my beautiful people." She said, "Best friend, sister Alicia." Supernatural Lost Adventures says, "Hey
hello,
everyone,
hello."
And Kathy said, "Is that a Baptist preacher?"
I was.
Sharon said, "Post Town do be spooky." I don't think I've ever heard of Post Town.
Yeah, there's a lot of people do TikTok lives from Post Town.
We'll actually be going there here in April.
Oh,
yeah.
Post Town is definitely a go-to location. Like he ended up getting sick in a room. He had to be taken outside. Mal took him outside, and he physically got sick, and he had red marks on his neck.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like it was. Post Town's no joke.
That's what I've heard. That's the school, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, Post Town Elementary School?
Yeah, it's in Ohio.
Middleton, Ohio, yeah.
But it's definitely
yeah. Jessica said, "A crawler. I've never seen one. I think I'm going to bring a change of clothes from now on just to be safe." And on the ceiling, what the is she going to...
If you go to ISS, I've never seen a crawler at Indiana State, but there is one at Missouri State Penitentiary if you're going to Missouri. Yeah.
There's one. I've seen him.
Yeah.
He's a little creeper. If y'all smell poop, it's me. I just saw a crawler on the ceiling.
I got smell-o-vision going on here.
Apparently.
She's not my group.
She'll be on your rotation when she does that.
Brothel
Jessica said
hopping.
brothel hopping. I think it'd be
It sure would.
There you go, Alicia. You got your brothel hopper.
At least you'll be throwing out dollar bills to the spirits.
Yeah. She's like, Rick and Ray.
Yeah.
She's like,
And
hey girls, how are you doing?
I've got to have different guys with me so I can sacrifice them. And I got to have a variety so they can pick what they want.
She's so
Did you see?
She's already thought it out.
Yeah, she's already got it all planned out, man. She's got to take, this kind of person, this kind of person. And,
she's
Yeah.
like, ladies pick.
And every location we go to, they offer me up for something. So I'd hate to see what she would do to me in a brothel.
yeah. That's because
I think it would. I think it'd be so fun to go in a brothel and just line guys up and put a cat ball in front of each one of them, and be like, pick who you want.
That's good.
Low
That's a
key,
good idea.
very
That is
smart.
cool. That or tripwire and let them pick out which one,
Yeah.
stand for the
Hey,
lights.
if one picks me and grabs you by the hand and takes you to the room, then fucking so be it.
Yeah.
Hey,
What
I mean,
happens
I've
at the
got-
haunted location stays at the haunted location.
we can do that in Mineral Springs.
Like, I have this so planned out.
Hey,
You really do. That's a lot of
That
thought.
scares me.
Yeah.
just don't go to a brothel
That's
with her,
scary.
you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
that scares me. What was I going to say now about?
I'll just keep going. Did you think about it?
Okay.
Philly says, "What's good, fam?"
Hey,
Hello,
what's up,
hello.
Philly? Oh, I know what I was going to say.
Susan said, "Jeannie and I'd totally be down for brothels." Okay,
You got a tour going on with you, Alicia.
she's gonna have a brothel team.
You're going to have a brothel group.
Yeah.
Everybody's all on the brothel tour.
It would be so fun.
Philly said, "I only have eyes for you." He is your number one fan. He is a supporter of you with all your kilt. You
Yeah.
know your.
Hey, Dan do be looking good, that beard.
Yeah, thank you.
uh,
And some days I wake up, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to cut it off today. And I'm like, no.
the Lord said April 27th is when they're gonna go to Hill House.
Oh, they're in Hill House.
Yep.
Which one sells?
There he is. There's Chuck.
There's Chuck. So,
He said, "What's up?"
What's
what was the question we were going to ask now?
Is that the one about the brothel when we was talking
Oh,
about?
Oh, yeah. It's the
Yeah.
Dumas house. Is it the Dumas house? Chuck?
It's Dumas something.
Yeah. She said, "Hi, it's Big
Hey,
Red.
it's Big Red's
Matt.
mom.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
It's my best friend's mom."
That's Maddie's best friend's mom. Yep.
Jessica said, "I'd bring nickels and make it hail."
I'm
on a budget.
I'm on a budget.
But see, you could still take your dollar bills because you can collect them before you leave.
Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. So if you watched the live Saturday, did you see the room that I was in that had the red velvet light shade? It had like the scarf and stuff like. It looked like a room that one of the madams or somebody was in, and there was money on the dresser.
Oh my goodness.
Someone had put dollar bills and change on the dresser.
Hey,
They told to find out that one of the guys that were there said, "Yeah, I put $1.39."
How did you come up with $1.39?
Because that's all he had in his pocket was $1.39.
I was gonna say he had to have just emptied his pocket, and that's all.
Yeah.
We ever go to a brothel and they see Alicia walk in, the spirits can be like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun night,
It's
ladies.
going down tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring that next time I go to strip club. I'm gonna bring a roll of nickels. It's hailing.
I'm on a buzz.
Oh, make it hail.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Just don't knock them out, Dan.
Yeah.
Jessica
Oh, I
said,
gotta
"Dude,
take 'em out of the
love Alicia's pick. Your man idea."
It'll go from a good time to an investigation.
I love your pick your man idea. It's like a segment. Like it's
Yeah,
now
it's a whole
time for
brothel
pick
thing, yeah.
your man segment.
I meant to tell you not to pay attention to the chat because they just totally go off.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, that chat. I mean, they have their own mind.
They
and-
do.
I
Like,
can't even see the chat on here.
Oh, you
I-
can't see it on yours?
If she clicks on it.
okay. Sometimes they can. Sometimes
Yeah,
they
sometimes they can see it on the side.
because like they talk to each other. Like they'll say hi to each other, and yeah.
Like,
So
even
anyway,
if I click on it, I can't even see it.
Okay.
I think if I hit chat, it like blurs us out to see the chat. It's weird.
Okay. Yeah. Sometimes they can see it. Some I don't know how they. Some people can, like some guests can see it. So I don't know.
So let's see what you say. You asked them your bucket list.
Bucket
Go
list.
mine, man.
They had their so organized.
What
they had
is
theirs
your
written down.
go? Here's another one that everybody likes. So, what is your go-to snack to investigate?
Oh yeah.
We usually don't really snack.
You don't bring no snacks or nothing.
I got one.
Why are you raising your hand?
Will, you can speak.
Little mini chocolate donuts.
Oh, we've had those a couple times.
Those are good.
Yeah.
That's only because he woke up out of a dead sleep. He doesn't remember it. He grabbed a bag of donuts, ate all the donuts, and laid back down and went to sleep. That was the house, and we're like over there.
I had a dream I was hungry.
He was standing there, his eyes were closed, and we're just watching him like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Uh-huh." And like he just keeps eating them like really slowly, and I'm just like, "This is the first night we stayed because it's a hotel," and I was just like,
That's gonna be my excuse now.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I don't know. I was asleep the whole night.
You thought you were hungry. You dreamed.
I had a dream I was hungry.
You dreamed that you were starving. Alicia, you don't have a go-to snack you like?
Not really. As long as I have Mellow Yellow, I'm good.
Okay, Mellow Yellow. All
There
right.
you go. There you go.
Drink our snack is good.
We're gonna come into the investigation when we go investigate with them. We're gonna come in with a bag of snacks and then be like, "What's going on?"
Well, I showed them the snacks on the live, and they were like, "Holy crap!"
Well, I mean,
we've taken a box of snacks before that had chips and cookies and all that stuff in it, and we leave and the box is still completely full. Like we forget we have snacks.
What's ours, Maddie?
Lunchables, but not the name brand.
Yeah, we
have
do
the
the
off-brand.
Walmart version. We're on a budget too. So
We're on a budget.
Nothing wrong with it.
we say our biggest sponsor is going to be
Lunchables.
Oscar Mayer to give us
Yeah.
Lunchables.
We'll promote.
We're gonna hit the big time. Let's get one.
I wish I was an Oscar Mayer.
Yeah, let me get that
So everyone be sending emails to my
to Oscar Mayer.
Oscar Mayer
Yeah.
saying,
I think that's who
"Hey."
makes it, ain't it? Oscar Mayer.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Look, Dan, you can have your own pack, and on it says Big Dan's Oscar Mayer.
There you go. Paranormal Investigator snack pack.
What would it be in? What would it be? What would your Lunchable have?
My Lunchable would have cheddar cheese, turkey, crackers,
So the
a
normal.
whatchamacallit for a candy bar.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be, or a pudding.
Oh, I can see you having a pudding in yours.
Yeah.
Ow.
Pudding. Yeah.
I was.
Oh God.
That's not what I thought you said.
What do you think I said?
All I heard was the P and then the U, and I was like,
Oh,
sorry.
I don't think you get that in a package. I mean, you might at the brothel. I don't know. You could. That's for that's probably the top notch thing there on the list at the brothel. You know?
We might be able to bottle it up while we're there. I don't know.
We kept, the funny thing about it is we kept asking everybody at the brothel when we were there Saturday night, how much does it cost for a blowjob? What's the going rate? Everybody's like 50 cents, $50. It's like
$1.39.
yeah, $1.39.
Oh my God.
That's your question now.
Oh, my question. What is your favorite? Actually, since I asked, I'll let you ask that one. What is the one piece of equipment that if it's like for free, I know there's a lot of expensive equipment out there, but what's the one piece of equipment that you've always wanted to try or have, or if you could for free, what would you? Does that make sense?
Sure, that's a long description
It
of the
does.
question, man.
You put me on the spot, and this is what happens.
All you
I don't
just said
ask
was, "What's
questions.
your favorite? What will be your favorite piece of
What's your
equipment?"
favorite piece?
You gotta write the questions down for
We
Madison.
do. What's your favorite pice of
In
equipment?
crayon.
Okay, if somebody had to buy it for me
Yeah.
Yeah.
that we don't have already,
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen to you, fancy britches. that we don't have already.
Well, no, I'm just saying because like we've been wanting tripwire lots for so long, we finally got them, and we absolutely love them because
Mhm.
it's not like you set them. You know, you can walk by the REM pod. You know, obviously get close enough, but the tripwires are harder to set off, especially in a location with no electricity.
Mhm.
So at the moment, that's like, I mean, when we see them go off, we're like, oh, tripwire just went off. Like we get excited because it's like, to me, it's from our experience so far, anyways. That was like that's one of the hardest pieces to set off. But if somebody could purchase something, then I would probably say a really well built portal.
Mm. Nice.
That's mine. Will?
That's a tough one.
Do you even know what equipment's out there?
Yes, I know what equipment is.
Yeah. Are they like this, Alicia, on the investigation too?
Oh, geez.
Yes.
Oh man, I would have to say, shit.
I'm waiting for this one.
Well, that's free, man. I can send you tons of that.
Any day now, Will. Do you want me to go?
Yeah, go
you
ahead,
might
go
wanna
ahead, go ahead, Lucy.
A DR60.
Oh.
What she said.
Yeah, what she said. I didn't even realize we were sat in that room and it was dark on the live, and I didn't realize there was 2 DR60s going on. And they were like, "There's a DR60." I was like, "Wow!" And then I was like, "Oh, there's 2." I was like, "Damn, aren't we bougie here at Rhodes Hotel?" I was like, "Where the hell did they get 2 DR60s at?" I'm like,
I know. My husband was like, "Hey, we need to get one," and I'm like, "Hey, do you know how much they are?" And he's like, "How much?" And I was like, 15 to $3 grand, and he's like, "Oh."
I was thinking maybe $300 or $400. You know, I was like,
No, I'm like,
she told me that, and I was like, fuck that shit.
I was like, that's why we don't have one yet.
yeah. When I started 5 years ago, they were $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
You could get one for like 7. They were like 7 to $1 grand.
And people were finding them at thrift stores and all
And
that.
then they started getting so popular with like Kalani was using it and everybody. And then next thing you know, they just went from 1,000 to 2 to 3. Now they're like 5. You know, you can get them all crazy. Every time I go into an antique store, I ask. I'm like, "Do you have any any voice recorders?" Because that's how you're gonna find them.
Yeah.
You're gonna go.
How cool would that be?
That poor person working.
And then the lady's like, "Oh, I'll give it to you for $5." I'd be like, "Sold."
That poor lady.
Yeah.
You buy it and then you're like, "By the way."
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that to her. I'd buy it and just walk out. I wouldn't tell her what they were worth. I wouldn't be like, "Oh, by the way, these are worth $3 grand." But doctors, I go in like my eye doctor. He's pretty old, and I asked all the ladies. I'm like, "Hey, does he have any video? Because he talks into them, and I'm like, do they have any DR60s or anything back, in his drawers or back there or anything?" I'm like, "Hey, they got to be somewhere."
That's not something I'd say.
It's in someone's drawer.
Well, I mean, Adam Kimmel has like what?
10.
He's got 10 of them. Yeah, so he's got the stockpile of them right now. I don't know what you would need 10 of them for.
I guess whenever they do like the tours, maybe.
I know Stephanie has 2 of them, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
at McAteer Villa.
She usually puts one downstairs, one upstairs.
Yeah. But yeah, that's and the only downfall about that, like I said before, is the sound.
Yeah.
It's not very loud, and there's no auxiliary port or nothing like that you can plug a speaker. So you have to record it to a phone and then listen louder to it.
I feel like it's kind of like Estes. Like you have to have like DR60 ears for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's great because it just, if you don't get nothing, it just goes to your next question.
Yeah, that's what I like
skips
about
all
them.
that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you're not sitting there for 30 minutes listening to.
Dead air.
Yeah.
Well, I like it because it cuts all that out.
Yeah.
That's what I like about them.
And I've tried, like, I have one that's supposed to be voice activated, but it still puts that little space, and I don't know why it does that. I don't know if I don't have that activation on it or not. So,
You know what we haven't used? We have that voice recorder that I used at MSP. It was really good. Caught a lot of things. We just never used it.
I'm not a big EVP guy.
No.
I don't know why. So that was to my question. What is your favorite thing to do? What's like your go-to? Like, oh, I got to do this here everywhere we go.
My go-to is I love our I love the night vision stuff.
The IR camera.
Yeah. And I wish you could figure out a way, or somebody could come up with a way to where you could do that live, like an option on the phone or something.
Ooh.
There's a way that they have stuff. That you
I
cannot
have
figure
a new. My mother bought me I had a friend that's an investigator, and he had this monitor that's made for camcorders. And I was like, where'd you get that? And I found one on Amazon. And my mom ordered it for me, and it come in. And it's one of the best things. You have this, I think it's about a 7-inch monitor that mounts on top of your whatever you're using for your camcorder. And instead of watching through that little bitty 3-inch screen, you got this big monitor to watch through. I love that stuff because you can see a lot better. You're looking at that little 3-inch screen, like, did you see that? You got that monitor, like you can actually. I mean, it's like a little miniature TV. So
Yeah.
I like the camera side of it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's my equipment. Filming in my arm.
I like how she questions him.
Yeah, he questions.
She goes,
"You sure that's what
sure?
you want? Yeah. Are you sure that's what you want to answer? Is that your final answer?"
I do love the tripwires.
What's yours, Brandy?
The REM pod gets on my damn nerves, but it's all right.
He absolutely hates it, but I mean,
I don't hate it. I just hate it when the son bitch won't let go of it. And
it's like they just stand over there and hold the antenna.
they're like, "How let's piss this big fucker off."
What the hell happened?
I don't know.
Oh,
Hold on. I can switch it.
okay. I was like,
Hold on.
you can leave. You don't have to.
There we go. Everyone's back to
Where
normal.
did I go?
I was like, "Are we asking questions now?"
Yeah. I was like, hey, we used to have very bad technical
Oh, it was
difficulties
bad.
before. We had the bad Wi-Fi, and we would like totally black out, and our guests would be like, and we're like, we used to tell people, just talk with the chat. The chat will tell you it'll be okay.
Well,
We'll be back on. Just
they'd
talk
be
with
kind
the
of
chat.
screwed because they can't see chat.
Oh yeah, they can't see chat.
Then
The
they have
chat
each
will-
other.
The chat will keep you company.
Actually,
Back on plastic, we got a better Wi-Fi system in here now.
Yeah.
So.
I could actually go on my phone because we're on the iPad. I could actually go on my phone and watch our thing live.
Yeah, there you go. Gives us
Yeah.
another viewer. So what's your go-to, Brandy? He's better.
I don't know. I guess Estes.
That's this.
Yeah. That's usually like our go-to. I mean, I don't mind using apps.
Not our.
Well, I'm not, but we're a group, so it's not.
He's asking you.
No, if you were to go out by without them, and what would be the one thing that you would want to use?
Oh, well, then I couldn't do Estes because I would be alone.
Well, I've seen people do it by themselves too.
Well, I mean, I guess I could ask my own questions and then I don't know. That'd be awkward. Tripwire lots.
Tripwire.
Yeah.
Now I gotta ask you, where do you like to put those? In the hallways, in the doorways, stairs? Where do you like to put those at?
They like to put me on a bed and put them around me.
We did. And
Do you
they
put
went
them?
off.
Do you put them around you when you're doing Estes?
Never done that.
No, we haven't yet.
Like you're sitting in a chair, you just put them in a circle around the chair.
No.
Great
We don't.
idea, Dan.
We've had him for the last couple of investigations. So, Woodlawn, we had it in a circle, and he was in this. Well,
No, Alicia was.
Alicia was in the circle first, and it didn't go off. And she picked up on some stuff, but then it kind of went quiet for a minute, and then we would put him in the circle, and some of the chat was saying that they saw a lady, an older lady there. It was once a nursing home, and an older lady there that had her husband and passed, well, obviously, because, but anyways, but her husband sang to her. So they were like, have him sing. And then as soon as I said that, like every piece of equipment in that room went off. The tripwire lots, the REM pod, the cat balls, everything. And we were just like, whoa, like
That's cool.
it
Wow.
was.
That's happened to us one time, and that was at ISS. We had all sitting in a chair in a hallway, and
Yeah.
like the REM pod, the cat ball, the K2 meter, and we were playing Madonna like a virgin. Someone said that they like music, Madonna, and that's the song we played, and it literally just everything, and it was really cool. And that, like you said, it's like, oh my god, it's like because how many times have you set like a cat ball next to a REM pod, and the cat ball goes off, but the REM pod don't, or the REM pod does, and the flashlight goes off, but the REM pod don't, and then you had all that stuff go off at the same time. That makes you feel that there's definitely energy was right there with everything.
It's like you feel like a little kid on Christmas morning.
Yeah. That first time you see the flashlight go off, you're like,
Yeah.
I love that. That's my greatest thing in the world was when we're in a group and we take that flashlight and someone that's never been on an investigation or something, that flashlight comes on for the first time. They're just like, do it again. I'm like, I can't do it. They're like, do it again. I'm like, it's not me. I can't do it.
It's like, that's not how it works.
Yeah, I don't have no button. I can't do it. Alicia, what's yours? Well, I know you wouldn't be in the building by yourself. So,
My favorite piece of equipment is probably the tripwires. But one thing I really like doing, but you have to have like two people, like when Brandy's under Estes or whatever, I like writing something down. Because we had it happen at the school when we was there. I would write numbers or letters on the chalkboard, and she would be facing the opposite way and couldn't see what I was doing, and then she would repeat it when she was doing Estes.
that's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
It's kind of like our.
and she the room was dark. There wasn't power, so like beside the light coming in, so she could see the chalkboard to write on it. But I was, like she said, I was across the room. Like there's no way I would have been able to even see the number. But
Yeah.
That's cool. See, that stuff is intelligent. When you know that that she can't see it, she can't hear it, and she's shouting out those letters and stuff. That's kind of like with our flashcards. We bought flashcards and we just kind of hold them up and see if they say like orange or square or something like that. And we've had that a couple times. Someone said orange in a circle and stuff. We had
while doing Estes.
And then while doing Estes and stuff. That's so great. I'm like, that's intelligent. How can you? There's no way to debunk that.
That's a good idea too.
Yeah. And there's no way to debunk that. There's, if she's in another room or got her back turned, and she's got headphones and blindfolded, unless she's like,
Yeah, if she is blindfolded and back turned, and you say what shape is on that thing, and
well, you don't even have to say that, but she just writes a number on the board and she says it. At that moment in time, did you say what's the number on the board, or did you just write something on the board?
I had asked the spirits to tell me what I wrote.
Okay, so she didn't know even at that time.
She could have wrote her name.
You could have wrote your name or anything.
Yeah, because her back was facing. And normally, like when we're doing Estes, because some people's like, oh, she can hear da 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 da, but I talk so quietly, where there's no way she can hear me.
Yeah,
right. And I tell people too, because in Estes sometimes you can hear
muffled.
You can hear people like talking, but you can't in detail hear what the questions are.
Yeah.
Like sometimes people, they can get carried away with it. And then they start asking questions louder. It's like you can hear the muffling of people talking or the vibration, but you can't technically hear what the question in detail is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I mean, like we've said it before.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick up the vibration, just can't understand what they're saying.
Yeah, I don't understand. Or they sit on the bed and you're like, I was doing that Saturday night, man. I was like, somebody's sitting on the bed. I was waiting to feel somebody. I was
and I've said like before, like what we do, I find us doing it more often is when we start getting intelligent answers during Estes, we talk quieter. Like every single response that's intelligent, we go lower and lower and lower.
And
because
we're like,
okay,
you don't want people to say, they can hear you speaking.
Yeah.
But then, like in your live, when you go back and rewatch footage, and you can hear the SB7 feedback with my headphones on,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that tells how loud those headphones are.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
if you pick it up in the live, any whatsoever, I mean, you can imagine how loud that is in my ears.
Yeah. And I know like when we're doing rotations and I have Estes for my rotation, I turn it all the way up for them. Like I full 100 loudness. Now if they say it's too loud, then the turning their ears, I turn it down. But a lot of times I'm like, hey, is that okay? They're like, yeah, I can, it's fine. I'm like, okay, it's all the way up.
Yeah.
I put them on and they'll be in the other room and you could hear it. But
Yeah,
like,
we had asked it Saturday night when the person was on and said, what building are we are? And it was so loud that all of us pretty much thought they said roads, like shouted it. But the lady that was doing the Estes said it was so loud that she couldn't understand what it was. But all of us in the other room swear it said, we could hear it clearly through the, her
Yeah.
headphones that said roads
yeah.
and stuff like that. So
I think
that shows you just how loud we put it.
Well, and I think my favorite one is when you were doing I think it was your first ever investigation at MSP, that you told me the story of when the girl was doing Estes in the whole other cell, and you were sitting here like whispering, and she had said in the other cell, "Why you whispering?"
Yeah, we
Do you
did
remember,
get
like,
that.
you know what I mean? Like that kind of like that's intelligent. Like if you're in a completely you're whispering, and then they said like, "Why you whispering?"
People say my whisper is my normal talk anyway.
Yeah. Well, you're just a loud man in general. That's fine.
I'm loud.
Let me
Your
catch
question.
up. Let me
Oh.
catch up real quick. I'm
No, I like
so
mustard.
sorry, Heather. She had said this earlier, but everyone was talking to each other and I missed it.
Hi, Heather.
Hello. I'm so sorry. She said that at 7:17.
Hello.
I'm so sorry. Everyone was talking and saying hi to each other, so I was kind of skating it over. Let's see. I have to go back up here. Jeannie said even the spirits need a little change.
Oh, about all the nickels and stuff.
Yes.
I love how we're off into a different tangent and stuff. We got to go back to the old.
Oh yeah.
We're like,
Yeah.
Philly said $1.30.
Don't ask.
Don't ask. Hot Pockets.
There we go. Those hot pockets again.
Jessica said, Philip, I'm curious. $1.39. I'd say the tidy, but no, nothing in the $1.39. Jessica said, Dan, maybe Wienermobile will show up and deliver at an investigation.
Maybe the Wienermobile.
Wienermobile.
Oscar Mayer has her own window.
Oh, that's right. And once again, I forgot we were talking about Lunchables. I'm like,
Usually
Wienermobile.
Usually
like,
I'm pretty good at that. Usually I'm pretty good at remembering what we were talking
yeah,
about.
I'm like, Wienermobile. I would love it. Hey, I want a sponsorship.
Jeannie said, I'll make a charcuterie board.
A charcuterie board.
See, you picked up. I just read it.
Come on.
Lauren said, ooh,
Oh,
I like that. Jessica said the PU comes in a box. Philip.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay. I see what
Shannon
you said,
said DR60s are so cool.
The PU, I get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Comes in a box.
Okay. I thought you would get that.
Or taco form.
Anyways, continuing on. I can't. Anyways.
Did you guys hear what I said? Oh,
No.
okay. I said our taco form.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. He
was that your whisper?
he heard you.
Yeah, that was my whisper.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. See, exactly. What questions did you ask? Your favorite?
My last question was favorite equipment.
What other questions did we ask? I can't think of anything right now.
I do not know. God, you slack at this job.
I
You would
usually
think
don't
this is your
ask
first week.
questions. I usually don't ask questions.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
You
Do
think
you
this is
not have a
your first
list
week?
written down?
Yeah, we have
It
a
is-
list,
it
but we
is
tried to
phone.
memorize it.
Well, he usually
Oh, I'd be horrible.
asks questions.
Oh.
I usually just sit here.
So, what piece of evidence, and this could be for all three, or this could be a group thing, it don't matter. But if you met a skeptic and they were like, oh, that's not real, is there a piece of evidence that you guys have or you like to show that would say, hey, this is, how do you explain this?
Was there pictures of my neck at Post Town?
Yeah, and there were pictures of your neck at Thomas' house, and there were pictures of your neck and your back at the graveyard.
I seem to be the one to get
Physically.
Physically harmed a lot for some reason. I don't know if it's because I'm the male of the group, or I was a preacher at one time, or my religious background. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I haven't in a long time. But
I mean, we have video footage, and it's not. And I didn't clip it to make it a shorter clip, like in between.
oh yeah,
But at the Thomas house, there's a little girl named Sarah there, and
Dan, am I allowed to go pee?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
go.
yeah. He raised his hand
Don't pee
again.
in your pants, man. We don't want to be Will the pee pants, man.
He raised his hand too. He's like, "Can I go to the bathroom?"
Yeah. It's like I'm a teacher or something. What are you raising your hands for? Anyway, Tom and Sarah.
this is why he's monitored.
Now we know why he's not on the lives.
No, he'll lay on the couch and he'll interact, he'll talk, but he's just laying over there, and I'm like, why don't you just put the phone on you and join us? And he's like, I'm good. And I'm just like, every once in a while you'll hear him chime in the background, and everybody's like, hey, Will. And I'm like, everybody's saying hey, and he's like, hey. That's it. But we have footage of the ball. We re-rolled the ball, oh my gosh, probably at least 10 times prior to the footage that we captured, which we were live when we caught it. And you can see the ball. Alicia rolls the ball, and she asks Sarah to roll it back, and the floors are slightly uneven. So we had rolled that ball, I mean, even prior to being there, our last time there. So we knew that there were divots here and there or whatever. So we knew how to kind of debunk that part. So when the ball rolled and then started rolling back towards us, it paused for a minute, and it almost looks kind of, I don't know, it could be the lighting that I'm seeing on my own. I know different people see different things, but it almost kind of looks blurry around the ball that I've seen. I mean, somebody else may not pick up on that. And then you see the ball roll back. And I posted it, and we've had one person clip that together. And then I'm like, no. I was like, I'm not taking the time to clip it. I was like, this is literally real-time footage from a live. But I would probably say on a live, I don't know. What do you think, Alicia?
Hold on, continue with them. We'll figure out what it's hard.
I would either say the ball or the car getting knocked off the table at the game's house.
Yeah, good one.
You were supposed to. You never looked to see if you caught it.
No, it was corrupted. Remember?
Will did. It's all Will's fault.
The file was corrupted, and we weren't live yet. It was a session that we went back for, but we needed to do that part off live.
Oh my gosh. I feel like that's the most frustrating is when you get you're like, I know that happened. You're like, okay, we got that footage to prove it. And then you go back and it's like, this file cannot be reached. You're like, but it was like, how? Like everything else was fine that night except for this one little time that
I've gotten so many videos here lately when I go to review them, they say corrupted. I'm just like, oh man, really?
Yeah.
So it's more of like, is it a paranormal thing? Is it a hard thing? It's like,
we've had a couple of our lives. It depends on location that we'll have a live and we'll be like, oh, we had a great Estes session, or we've had this, or we want to go back and see if that shadow figure that we saw going down the hallway, like see if we caught that on the live, and we go back and it says this live is not something with it, and you're like, I can't even access the live to download it anymore. We've had that a couple of times at locations, and we're like, man, that was like a great night. That was activity back to back to back. So that's just the most frustrating thing ever.
Definitely stinks, especially when you have a piece of footage that you know would be amazing for somebody else to see.
Yep. Especially when you know, like, I know we caught that and I
Yeah.
can't get to it. You're like,
Yeah.
it's right there.
See what you started, Will?
It's like you need a backup camera for your camera.
Exactly. But then, like, you're like, I don't want to be trying to, like, I'm trying to see if this is recording. I don't want to, because I feel like by then you don't feel like you're investigating. You're just watching the camera.
Well, luckily with us, he usually mans like the cameras,
Mm-hmm.
and then Alicia usually has TikTok. I mean, we'll switch back and forth sometimes
Yeah.
with like putting out equipment and stuff. So typically we do have 2 views to go from. Sometimes he'll have a third camera set up in the room if we're going to be in a room for a little bit. So because there has been times that his files are corrupted when he tries to. Did you just push it back down?
No.
Don't touch my chapstick. But yeah, that's definitely frustrating.
I know that, Will, you've said that your views have kind of changed since getting into the paranormal. Has your guys's views changed, or were they always kind of the same since starting the paranormal?
I didn't not believe in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I always thought there was a possibility. Had I ever seen anything? No. But I never doubted it. I just never witnessed anything prior to us starting to investigate at locations.
I would say I believe more now than I used to. Just since we've been doing it.
Yeah. I feel like that happens. It just kind of like once you start going to these places, every single time I feel like you leave with your mind more exposed to the paranormal.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you get more intelligent. The more intelligent evidence you get, the more you're like, okay, like, okay, it happens one. Like at the beginning when I first started doing it, was like I'd get 1 or 2 good pieces everywhere we went, and then you wouldn't get nothing and it would be low. But the more and more, it's like if I get the more intelligent with the Estes and other things are going on, then it's like, okay, this is really, this is what's going on and this is what could be. I just need one to come sit down and have a chat with me.
I think too it is you, as a paranormal investigator, you learn how to go in and approach these locations. Because before, I feel like MSP, I mean, that's just a very active place. So that being our first time, we were kind of expecting that, or at least for me, I was expecting that every single time. So when I would go into these haunted locations, I'd think, oh, I'm going to see something tonight. And well, then me going in with that mindset, you won't get anything. You're more paying attention to those big things and the little things. And now doing it for 3 years, for me, I've had to kind of train my brain of just like, okay, just go in and see what happens. Go in and say, okay, if I hear footsteps or if I see something or whatever, it's a good night.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good night because your ass is running out the door.
Nah.
With Alicia following right behind you, Scooby Doo. That's Scooby Doo and Shaggy right here.
Hey, I'll take it.
Wait till we go hunting together. We'll get you Scooby Doo and Shaggy shirts.
But no, I seriously think that's part of the paranormal, though. You kind of have to train your brain to be open.
Shaggy.
See how I ignore him? I just go right over him after he starts.
They're out there trying to go outside and grab that Scooby snack.
Yeah. I think too, though, the longer you do it, the more intelligent you get with more how you like. That when you're going in all these places, people have been going in and asking the same questions over and over, and you start your investigation gets more adaptable. Like you don't start off with like the whole, you kind of go, you already know what your set questions higher than what your old questions used to be.
Like I've been trying to ask them like different things than what like normal people ask them. Like, what's your favorite color or what kind of car did you drive?
Yeah.
Stuff along those lines, because they probably get asked all the time, what's your name? how old you are.
How did you pass? How long have you
Yeah.
been
Are you dead?
here?
Her face.
Not nice.
No, I'm not saying anything about you. I'm saying we get that question a lot when we do events and people come in. I'm like, there's no stupid question but one. You know?
I asked the
It's
spirit that,
Paranormal.
Dan.
That's what I thought he was making fun of you.
No, I was thinking in general. It happens all the time. Alicia, that happens
Oh,
all
it
the
does.
time.
It does.
Alicia did that on a live one night. She was doing Estes in
It was Ed.
West Penn, and it come across, and she said, "Are you dead?" And Alicia goes, "No, are you?"
Well, see, you're not asking. It asked you already, so that's
Yeah.
not like that's just not saying
I
in the
think
middle of
her
the
asking-
investigation, being like,
Yeah.
"Are you dead?" And I like look at the person, I'm like, "Are you serious?"
I think there's a difference between. I feel like hers. It was more of like, do you think you're dead? I feel like that's a totally.
I think it was more sarcastic, correct?
Yeah. No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No.
I was trying to help you, Alicia.
No.
She's honest.
I think what it was too, and I tell her this because since that was our first intelligent Estes session, which of course at the time I didn't know if anything was making sense. So when I got to go over the footage and stuff, I was like, I bet like part of your problem was because that was the first intelligent conversation and you're getting these answers to your responses and you're like, oh shit, they're telling me stuff and it makes sense.
Yeah. Because I mean, I have at Post Town, and I don't remember where the other one was, talked to a spirit where they thought I was the one dead and they was alive.
Yeah.
So I'm like trying to convince them that I'm not dead.
I remember that. I don't remember where it was at though.
Principal's office.
Yeah, the principal's office.
You're like, you can see me. I don't see you.
Yeah.
Where are you at? Is there any rituals or anything you guys do once you guys get done with investigating?
Brandy sprayed sage in my mouth.
Not how it went.
It's not mouthwash.
Oh,
It was his stuff too, wasn't it?
No.
Oh, well, okay.
I had bought it off Amazon. It was before I knew that Dan made it. We were in the middle of a snow and windstorm when I sprayed it.
Was that Whispers?
We were at Whispers Estate. And when we came, there was no snow. When we left, there was like 3 or 4 inches of snow and ice, and it was horrible. So like I'm trying to spray us down, and it goes in her mouth. It's like all over my glasses and my face. It's on him, and I'm like, you know what? I really don't care. Get the holy water out real fast. I'm just like,
If I not had my glasses on at night, I'd have been fucking blind.
At least he had a little bit of a shield.
Yeah, he had a shield.
I
Yeah,
had
shield.
glasses too. I did it to
You
myself.
gotta watch this when it comes to holy water and all that stuff. She's like, yeah, never mind.
Hey,
You'll take a bath in that shit.
Well, I mean, if you're bringing Ed home, I mean, you know.
You kind of have to douse yourself in there. He does the same thing though. What was it? You brought out the Booby Gone Thursday, and you were like, "Here, you'll have some." And he goes, "Ch-ch-ch," and we're sitting close to each other. He turns around, and just goes, "Ch-ch-ch," and I was like, "Oh,
Hey,
God."
don't get smart. Where's it at now?
I put it away.
Oh, damn you.
I don't blame you.
I didn't feel like drinking it tonight.
Went from book gone to sight be gone.
Yeah. Sight and mouth, voice. So I got to ask you, Will, since you are a preacher, have you stood up at any time when you're investigating and like did any kind of psalms or anything like that to see if you can get them?
that'd be interesting.
I haven't. I've thought about it.
No, didn't you do it at the church in the church at All Glaze?
What?
You were. I thought you said a couple of Bible verses in there.
You did say read Bible verses or something, right?
Yeah, like if you were like holding church or anything like Bible verses or anything like that.
No, I haven't. I've thought about it, but I haven't because it's kind of hard to explain. I don't want to. I guess in a way, I'm afraid of. I don't want to piss something off, because I've literally had so much physical contact happen to me, and I don't like. It's kind of like I don't want to push my limits.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at the same time, I would. I guess the reason I haven't done it is because I'm not in that position anymore. So to me, that would be like, to me, it would be like just being false. I mean, I don't want to. I don't want to get out there and read some Bible verses and act like my heart's in it when it's not. If that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a fine line between that paranormal and God thing.
Yeah.
So I've thought about it, but will I ever? I don't know. It's crossed my mind, but I haven't yet. Now I have taken. Like I said, my dad was a preacher and a pastor for many, many years. He was a great, great man. Bible with us on investigations, just to certain places because for some reason I feel a little safer. Like I've got a piece of my dad there.
Yeah.
And that's why, I don't know if y'all seen it yet. That's why sometimes I wear a cowboy hat because my dad was a truck driver too. And growing up, all I wore was cowboy hats and boots, and that's all my dad wore. And so it's not that I'm trying to be a cowboy because I'm not. But it's like when I wear my cowboy hat, I feel like I got a piece of my dad on. So I kind of feel like it's almost like his protection bracelet is not. I feel like I've got just an extra bit of protection over me.
Honestly,
Yeah.
that's funny too because my dad, that's all he wore was cowboy boots.
Yeah.
But he was a city boy, and he had like 4 or 5 different pairs of cowboy boots. His dress boots, his normal boots, and everything. So yeah, that's kind of.
I always imitated. I ain't gonna say imitated. I always try to mirror my dad because that was my hero.
Yeah.
So when we would go to church when I was little, I had the same suit he had on. When I had hair, he parted my hair the same way he did. He'd come back off the road before he become a full-time preacher, and he'd bring me, snakeskin cowboy boots with like the silver tips on them, and so
Cockroach killers.
Yeah. So it's just there's a lot of stuff. Is basically like sometimes I'll take the Bible with me, or I've got my cowboy hat and boots on. That's almost like just a little bit of added protection for me.
Yeah.
What'd you elbow me for? Because you said when he had hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you, man. I'm the same way.
I tell everybody I went bald when I got married, and I turned gray when I had kids. So
there you go. I always say I went bald because too many U-turns underneath the sheets.
Anyways, yeah, I feel like I can't. You know what? Join their group. We're done.
And this is how you were conceived, Mo.
Yeah.
Well,
Do we want to tell that story
Your dad took
about
you.
at the restaurant after what your mom?
Oh
No, I
my
won't bring that in.
gosh.
That's enough. We embarrassed
Yeah,
her.
hey,
Her mom and I embarrassed her.
Leash. Getting pulled.
Yeah, I won't say that.
That's the after conversation.
Yeah, that's an investigation conversation.
Yeah, we'll leave that. Yeah. I've been seeing stuff recently that like paranormal, like people who see spirits or are very sensitive, like spirits know that they like when they know that someone sensitive is coming in that building, they kind of draw to them. And I wonder, because you said like a lot of physical stuff happens to you, I wonder if they know kind of like that background or they get that feel off of you of being
Test your fate in a way.
Yeah. I
wonder. I feel that way. And I say I'm not a preacher anymore. I know they basically want you to become a certain thing or accepted a calling in the religious part. I'm always going to be a preacher, even though I'm not a preacher. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I feel like, that when certain things have come through on Estes or things have happened to me, it's because they're testing me. They're wanting to see, let's just see how his faith is, or let's see, how he takes it. And I've had some pretty crazy stuff happen to me, and it's, that's my opinion on it. It's not that I'm the alpha male in the group because I'm the only male in the group, but it's the fact I'm a big guy. I'm there to help protect these ladies too. not just from spirits, but from anything that might be in the location. You never know, because when you go in these places, you don't know. Everybody says all the doors are locked, this and that. Well, that's fine and dandy, but I mean, you don't know who could be in there.
True.
No.
True.
So,
Very much true.
not only am I'm trying to protect myself, but I'm trying to protect these ladies too. So I've got a lot of stuff going on my mind when things are happening, and am I being tested to be drawn away from them too because something's going to happen, or are they testing me because of my background? So
Yeah.
it gets a little intense sometimes.
Oh yeah, I bet. Alicia, what would you like to see in the future with Paranormal Trio?
Yeah, Alicia, what would you like to see?
While she's thinking about that, I'll say something like it's not funny, but whenever we started this, I was like, whenever we attempted this time last year at a cemetery, and we kind of got some evidence, and we had the flashlight come on the cat ball, and I was like, so what do you think about doing TikTok? Like, and making a name. She's like, I don't know about this. So like, I had to convince her for like, I don't know, a good month and a half. And I'm just like, but we got to come up with a name. And I was like, we came up with a name, and then we put it out there. And then like, I know she was still kind of iffy about it, and I was just like, here you go. We're going live.
Just throw her in there.
Yeah, just throw it in there. Here we go.
Now, Alicia, answer the question.
I mean, I would just like to see us grow more and to be able to get to where we can go to locations more.
Now, have you guys ever thought about like doing your own events, or are you guys just happy with doing like just your own things and stuff like that?
I've thought about here and there trying to get with certain people to do events, because sometimes when you hold an event, it can be rather expensive. So I've talked to them before about maybe trying to do something, but it's just one of those things. It's like, can we do it? When can we do it? Or would so and so want to do it with us? I would like to see that myself. I'd like to see us be able to do events, teach people that want to know more about the paranormal just from what we've learned, because we're still learning.
Every day. Oh yes.
We've only been doing this for a year. I learn something new every time.
Yeah.
And so I would like to see that and be able to. I would also like to be able to collab more with people. You got. I'm trying to think of how to put this. You got people out there for the money, okay, and that's fine and dandy. Well, I'm sure I would love to be able to do this for a living. I wish I could, but I would like to be able to get out there with more people and not to get our name out there, but to help get their name out there. We don't have, we've got maybe like close to 6,000 followers, and that's a lot, in my opinion, for just doing this over just barely a year now.
You got 6,000 followers on TikTok. I only have 2,000.
Yeah.
And we've been doing this for almost 2 years. So that's good.
Yes.
That's great.
I mean, that's why I like going live. I mean, or us being live for so long, because like I said before at the beginning, I like people being able to see exactly what we're seeing at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And like we've never really taken breaks off live. We're live from the time we start to the time we're packing stuff and equipment, and everybody's looking at how tired I am and grumpy I am. Brandy's like, why are you so grumpy? But I also drive on the road during the week, so I'm tired. I'm tired a lot. So, but it seems like the more and more we investigate, the more and more I'm getting into like, let's go investigate this weekend. I don't care if I'm tired. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And I'm kind of like Alicia. I would love to be able to see us be able to get into more places, because I'm sure, Dan, you run across this, and some of these places aren't cheap.
No.
So it's
not at all.
Yeah, some of these places on our bucket list, it's going to take some time to get the money up to go to these places. But that's what I'd like to see. I'm like Alicia. I'd like to be able to see us get into some of these bigger places and see what we can get.
Yeah. Brandy?
That
pretty much sums it up.
What was the question?
What would you like to see?
What would you like to see in the future for Paranormal Trio?
Oh, okay.
Gotta love her. And she went to the bathroom. She just lost all track of mine now.
No, I would have been sitting here doing the same thing.
She was taking COVID test.
Like it took me
Yeah, 3 different kinds.
an hour or two to send you a picture yesterday because I kept forgetting. I got on my phone. I'm like, I need to send Dan a picture for his thing, and I was for the podcast, and I kept forgetting what I was doing. I got on my phone, and I'm like, this is bullshit.
Just to let everybody know, she is a blonde, and she got her roots done yesterday. That's what.
Very true. Very
Yeah,
true.
she was talking to me on the phone. I was asking her about the podcast. She's like, I'm on my way to get my roots done.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, there we go. That answers everything.
I need to get mine touched up.
Yeah. I mean, I agree to the extent of the growing part that, you know, we've briefly talked about trying to do an event, but then we got to think about coming up with the money to get the location and then praying to God we break even or hopefully make something, which is what scares us about doing an event at the moment because, you know, we've got almost 6,000 followers, but
we're not very well known, as I guess is my thing in the paranormal world. Yes, we got 6,000 followers,
but that's just on
but
TikTok.
That's just on TikTok. So, you know, we may hold an event and have 50 tickets for sale and maybe 20 people show up. You know, that's my scariest part of it. But
That's good though. I mean, being from holding events and stuff like that, that's my biggest scare point. Is like we put the down payments down and having to sell the tickets. That's my, you know, and I panic all the time. I'm like, I'm not selling tickets. And then, you know, 1 week you sell 15 tickets, you know, people buy tickets and stuff.
Yeah.
And most of the time in the last year or two, we've broke even, like, you know, just enough that we're all right. We're not coming out of pocket. We're not, you know, and stuff like that. And it is scary. I panic every day. I'm like looking at the emails of, did we get anything this day or anything like that? And it does. It's a scary thing.
It's a lot easier for bigger groups, but like, you know, you guys are just a 2-person group. We're just a 3-person group. And
Yeah.
I mean, it adds up, you know. So.
And thank God that a lot of these ladies in our chat, and I have a lot of coworkers that I used to work with another company that we've gotten bigger this year with the bigger locations, and they're coming to help us.
Yeah.
That you know, because when you have 30 or 40 people, you want to split your rotations up
Like
to work different things. So, you know, they help out and everything like that, which is great with the support that we have. And we're all about that. Like, that's why we bring you guys on our podcast. You know, we promote you guys. We want your name to get out there. We do that with buildings, you know, people that own properties that, you know, like I've never heard of the Thomas House or Gaines House. You know what I'm saying? We love to have those people on so other people can hear about them and, you know, make them money and stuff, because that's how they're going to grow, is they got to have money to have their building, you know, the repairs and stuff like that. So anything that we can do to help you guys, we're all about, you know, the pair unity and stuff and trying to pay it forward and do
we
stuff.
Started from nothing. So like we understand and we're still small. So like we always want to help out as much as we can to other groups too.
It shocked me though, is like when I talk to people that like we go to these Paracons and they're like, well, how long you guys been around? And last year we're like, oh, we've been around just for a year. And they're like, really? You got so much thing going on and you only been here for a year? Yeah. And it's like, I thought we were like way behind everybody, you know? So yeah, I mean, we would love to collab and maybe do something. I know we got some stuff working coming up this year that we're working on, like some anti-bullying, suicide awareness fundraisers that we want to do. And we would love for you guys. I mean, I know it's a 7-hour trip and stuff, but it's a way to get you guys up here to, you know, get your name out and people, you know, see you and stuff like that. I know we're having a huge trunk or treat in October. We're going to try to put a huge paranormal trunk or treat for the kids and stuff. And, you know, just getting other paranormal groups to come out, you know, hand out candy, you know, your signs and stuff like that. So people can, you know, follow you and get your name out there and stuff. You know, so how can people find you?
Right. Exactly.
It'll lead up to that. How can people find you and follow you?
I just hope, I just like to see us get into more locations, you know, hopefully, but I guess also I want to add that, like, this is fun to me too, because I get to do it with my wife. and we get to do it like, not cause Alicia's in here, but like Alicia is like really truly our best friend. That's more of family than anything. So getting to do it with these ladies it's fun because we all know each other. We all know how we react to certain things. We can poke fun at each other, and nobody gets upset or hurt. And it's fun to me too. Not only is it serious when we're out there investigating, but we like to have a good time too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
getting to work with these two is.
so I get to do it with my daughter. So
Yeah.
it's, and I can give her all the shit I want. She can't say nothing.
I really can't. I'm living here rent free. I really can't.
Dan, just wait till you meet us in person, and you have to go into a gas station with Alicia.
I got plans for you, Alicia. Don't worry.
Oh. Oh.
Hey now.
Why'd your ears perk up?
Like, as long as it involves dead hoes, she don't care.
Yeah.
Hey, if
Dead
she gets to
hoes
go to
and
a
different area
brothel, I don't
codes.
think she's caring.
Dead hoes and different.
I can't wait till we go. So we've talked about it. Are we gonna do this in April or?
Yeah, we were gonna see if
I haven't heard about this yet, Dan. So
I
I
told
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I was saying that we have Post Town at the beginning of April, but we were gonna see. I told you because about staying a night up there.
What are you looking over for? I'm right here.
Because you were staying at the bed when I told you.
Okay.
Remember, I was like,
Yeah, I remember.
You do the same thing.
Go ahead.
Don't lie. You do the exact same thing.
Alicia, you're used to this, ain't you?
I am.
Yeah, Alicia's just like, okay, I like.
No, I really did tell him. He just doesn't listen. So either
Who are you waving to?
You.
Oh.
You do it too. You tell me. You say I don't tell you anything, and then I tell you, and you're like, okay.
Will you let her finish her thing?
Yes.
She has a hard time remembering. She's gonna forget already.
so we just have like pretty much the first part of April, and then the rest of that April's open. So
Yeah, I would shoot. Let's shoot for at the end of April with stuff. Like I said, I got the ISS and Fowler in the middle, and then we could do that after you guys come up. And like I said, I would like for you guys to come up for the whole weekend and not just for that one night, since you're gonna make a 7-hour trip.
yeah, I realized it was 7 hours and 36 minutes. On not one month, we talked about like 12 different locations in that amount of time.
I'll make it 6 hours.
Hey.
I made it.
Oh no, I forgot. This is the lead foot right here.
Yeah, I tried that. To me, when Google says 7.5, I'm like, I'm beating that.
I usually do by a good 30 or 45 minutes while they're asleep in the car. They just don't know it.
Yeah, last time I was asleep.
So, how do people find? What's your socials? Where can they come and follow you and watch it?
Paranormal Trio on every platform.
Facebook, TikTok.
And I think
Instagram.
I think Alicia has all of our personal links set up in TikTok too.
Yeah, if you go to the Bayou, whatever, and on our TikTok page, leave me alone, Will. All our information's in there.
Put that in your archives. You'll be all right.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blast when we gotta hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
And then for the whole weekend too. So
Will might not make it. Just saying.
We'll stick Will and my dad somewhere else.
That's fine too. We'll go find some hoes.
we'll go play with Ginger. She's there at the Haunted Mansion. She's a old
We'll go take
girl.
a bag of nickels and go to the street.
Yeah, we'll go.
She worked in a
Bag of nickels.
brothel.
Yeah,
Alicia will like her.
We'll be at the strip club with the bag of nickels. Wooden nickels. You get some wooden nickels.
Catch.
Now, you guys, how far are you from Nashville?
Nashville, 3 hours.
Right about 3 hours.
3 hours. Is there anything in between Nashville? Between you and Nashville to investigate?
Between us and Nashville?
Yeah.
Well, the Gaines house and Thomas house. That's in between us and Nashville.
Is it not west of it?
No.
Okay. Then the Gaines house and Thomas house.
Yeah, we'll have to because we'll be down there in May in Nashville. So if everything goes well, I don't know. We might fight. No, I'm just joking. We have
If
to come
anyone's
down.
fighting, it's me
We'll have
and
to. We'll come down to your area.
The Gaines house probably wouldn't be hard to get, and Thomas house isn't. Like, they're old school. Like, you just call them and make a reservation.
And the cool part, the Gaines house and Thomas house, they're only 30 minutes apart from each other. So.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have to go up a day early. It's in May, so we'll just go up a day or so early. So I think the event's only 2 days there. I'm not sure. I have to figure out what day. I don't know if it's 3 days.
Do you know the dates? Dan?
Give me 1 second. Let me grab my book.
May 16th through the 19th, we won't be here.
I'm gonna open my calendar because I have finals around that time.
I can't get the book to do work.
That's like me and Alicia. I've got everything on my phone, and she's got everything written down.
Well, I have
can't
all my
get it.
school
Oh, there we
schedule.
go.
I'm still in college. So.
What day are you not there? The 16th?
Yeah, we won't be here the 16th through the 19th.
Oh, that's the weekend I'm there.
Ah,
Yeah, this is my book. It has a whole calendar of all of our events, podcast guests, and everything in here.
Like with the Thomas house.
well, I'm sure there's even stuff that between you guys and us, not just those two locations, but we
Yeah,
and,
come June, like June and July, I have like Paracons, but I have no investigations going on.
Yeah.
So we can get together after that too. I mean, we'll talk about when you guys come up.
yeah,
Hopefully
sure.
everything comes up in April and stuff like that. So, but I do appreciate you guys coming on.
Yes.
Everybody, go to TikTok, Facebook, follow Paranormal Trio. They're on. It seems like they're on live. You do have Pair Talk on Thursday nights. But they have that's their version of their podcast. I think we're hands down the longest guest they've had so far.
Yeah.
5 hours. They kept asking questions. I just thought, okay, maybe this is the last question.
To be fair, their questions were probably the same amount as ours, but we got off topic.
Yeah, we went down different rabbit holes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can do it on there. Yeah, they usually do.
But yeah, go on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, follow them. Go watch them on Thursday nights on their Pair Talk
Yeah.
and stuff. And hopefully in April we'll see them. And then we'll probably be going live all together and stuff. And everything. I appreciate you guys coming on last minute. I appreciate it very much.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan and Mo, for having us. We appreciate it.
All right. Are you guys investigating? No, you're not doing nothing this weekend, right?
March 8th, next Friday.
Next Friday. Okay. I'll be looking for you.
Ooh, I can watch a podcast while I'm on the plane.
Yeah, there you go. That's not a podcast.
No, I meant
Live.
live. You
Yeah.
know what I meant.
Okay.
It's been a long night.
All righty. Thank you guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Bye. Oh, that was so fun.
Okay. So you want to finish our charts? Our chat?
Chat? Yeah.
And they all jumped off, didn't they?
Let's see. Where did it end? Oh, Mal. She said, "Hey, sorry I'm late. I had the wrong time."
What's going on, man?
What's up? No, you're
She's
good.
probably off there now.
Yeah. Yeah,
you
for
already
us.
everybody was.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
Yeah, because theirs starts at 9, so ours starts.
Yeah, they're an hour ahead of us. They're in
Yeah.
Tennessee and stuff like that.
So
yeah, Brandy wanted to come up this weekend and do something this weekend,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you're gonna drive 7 hours. Let's set up
a whole weekend.
a whole
for it.
weekend
Yeah.
where we
Because
can
we've made
investigate all weekend.
We've
and
made
stuff
that
like
7-hour drive before, and we're like, only a day? Like
Yeah.
that's
I'm
it's
like,
not worth your drive. So I'm super now with Will being in here, like seeing like the
I always
we're
talk
gonna
to
have-
Will on lives because Will's usually got the lives up.
Yeah,
So me and Will talk during the lives.
we're
and
gonna have a
stuff like
fun
that.
weekend.
Yeah, they're a blast to hang out
They
with.
are. I'm excited.
I started following them on TikTok, and one night I got on their live. Oh, I forgot to tell them I got over 1,000 on my personal account now. I can
Did
go.
you really get over?
Yeah, I have
1,000?
1,012 today. So I can go live without the account.
Oh, now we can do probably our solos at the same time if we're doing it in different locations.
Mhm.
Because now we can just hop on the live at the same time.
Yes, I need to get our
That'd be
backup.
cool.
We need to get our backup now. We need to get a backup account and start building that up. So that way we have two Haunted Souls accounts and stuff like that. We need to do like a Haunted Souls 2 or something like that. But
Yeah.
I got on their live. They were on a live one night. Brandy and Mal and Alicia was on there, and they were like talking to me and stuff. And Brandy was sick, and Will was sick, and Brandy was talking about taking COVID test, and I got into their live, and it looked like she was taking a pregnancy test, not a COVID test.
Yeah.
So that's what got the whole, baby. I was the father of the COVID baby, and man, we were on until 6 a.m. I was literally I got it like an hour and 45 minutes before I could get the kids. I was like, or no, we got off at 5. It was 6 their time, but it was so funny. And then they were like, "Hey, can you come on Para Talk?" And I'm like, "This is not going to be short."
No, it
I
wasn't.
told them we only had a 2-hour limit here, so
Yeah.
But next week, everybody, please tell everybody to come watch. We're going to do some giveaways. Maddie and I are going to do some shots. We're going to have some drinks.
Yeah.
We're going to play a game. We're going to tell you. We're going to pick a word. And every time someone says that word in the chat,
We take a shot.
we're going to take a shot. You don't know what the word is. We
Yeah.
will know what the word. It's going to be a normal word.
There's gonna be a 10-shot limit though, or
Yeah.
a 5-shot limit for you.
No, it's not. It'll be more. Don't worry.
Well,
All she has to do is walk downstairs.
Yeah, a stairs has no railing.
But come, we're gonna have a party. Maybe have a
balloon.
cake.
Yeah.
Have some balloons. It's our 1-year anniversary
On podcast.
on our podcast. We're gonna have some special guests send us videos of what they did and some
Yeah.
clips, and I'm gonna work on that all week. You have to be on to win. We're gonna
Yes.
give away a couple things. Maybe a custom shirt, some other stuff.
Maybe.
We'll figure out something.
Yeah. Susan said, "Love them, great guests." Paranormal Trio's on. They said I thought it was like 6.5. He occasionally makes an appearance. Heck yeah, no profile pic anymore.
Yeah, no profile pic on your lives. Nope. I
Mal
can do
said,
my
"I'm
own."
never on Facebook anymore, so I'm just confused all the time."
That's okay. You showed up.
Paranormal Trio said that live was crazy, talking about the live that you had hopped on. Said it was quite funny. Thanks for having us. We will have to watch it.
Yes, come next week.
They said they are my parents now, LOL.
Who said that now?
Yes. And then Lauren said, "Oh, this I have to see." Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a little party. It's gonna be relaxed. Talks about some of our favorite moments that we've had.
Yes.
Some
of the best investigations that we've had over the last year.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe a Ronaldo video. Ronaldo will make an appearance. I'm hoping that Jared. We had sent something to Jared.
Oh.
And I hope Jared goes down there and does. I would love for him to do a video.
And he says, "Oh, by the way, here's Ronaldo."
Yeah, I would love for him to go down and do have Ronaldo on the video.
Yeah, we have some amazing people in our video that have made the podcast, and so much more. But we so much more guests that we might not have in the video, but they the guests have really made a big difference of our podcast and really shaped it to what it is.
Yes, it's been a year, and I'm like, wow, it's already a year. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Year of podcast. Year of people hearing us talk.
Yeah. And we have our faithful, and I do think, I don't want to name names, but y'all know you guys are on here every weekend.
Yes.
Every week. I'm sorry, not weekend, but every week. Like I said, I always greatly appreciate the people that are on here all the time.
Yes.
They set their timer, they come on and watch us, and that's great support. And they come and they buy tickets and stuff.
I still question why.
Yeah. We need to get out there and buy some tickets. Get up, come and see us. Come to these events.
Yeah.
Come to these podcasts or these Paracons. It's where we met Gina and Lauren. Was at a Paracon.
Yeah.
And that's how we've became really good friends, and
yeah.
And stuff like that. You come out and see us.
And it's not just for people who've never investigated before. If you know people are like, or other groups, or if you're part of a group and you're like, hey, I've really wanted to go investigate this location. There's a great, cheaper way to go investigate these locations, because we not only do we do our rotations, but we also give you free roam. That way you can take either our equipment or your equipment and go out and investigate.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Yeah. So if you know paranormal groups that have been wanting to, investigate Missouri State Penitentiary, Mineral Springs, ISS. Say, hey, this paranormal team is having an event. You go there, you get to investigate. So it's a lot cheaper way than renting out the whole
'cause
building.
Sometimes and that's the thing is sometimes when you rent out these buildings, you have to have a minimum of 10 people.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people, I don't have 10 friends,
Mm-mm.
So when you don't have 10 people. Yeah, I know it's a little bit pricey on by yourself.
Yeah.
But at least you get to investigate these areas and that you don't have to have that 10 people minimum to rent a location.
Yeah. And it also, if it's a thing of I don't have any people to go with, we investigate too while we're there. So if you're alone, you're like, hey, I want to investigate with those
Hey,
two.
Jessica's coming to ISS.
Exactly. We'll be investigating with her.
She didn't want to drive by herself, and Susan and Jeannie are picking her up from the airport because she flies into Florida.
Perfect.
And she's coming up for the weekend to follow her and stuff. So they're driving her up so she don't have to drive by herself.
Yeah. So, I mean, if it's one of those things where you come alone and you're like, hey, I don't want to investigate alone, you can take one of us.
That's what I like about our group of people, our followers. They all look out for each other, and that's awesome and stuff like that. So, yeah.
We appreciate you.
We appreciate that so much and stuff like that. And we have some good things coming for some different news. Our West Virginia trip, we got our last person. Shout out to Rachel. She is going. She's the last one. So our West Virginia trip is filled. We have our 10.
Excited. I'm so excited.
We have that. So that's all filled and ready to go. September's coming around the corner and stuff. Got all summer, and that is. I don't know what else is there. What else?
I'll just kind of go because people are kind of commenting. Alex, I need to start watching it more. Yeah.
Yes.
This is literally what we do all the time.
You send me your text messages. I can add you to the group chat that says Showtime, and everybody knows.
Lauren said BFFs. Yes. We are so glad we met them at that Paracon. She said, I get there.
I get that.
I get there. Oh, I guess meaning like showing up every week. Yeah.
Yes,
Paranormal Cheers says now I want to do MSP. Yeah.
There we go.
There you go. You guys can come by. You guys can go and investigate as a group or some. Who knows? Yeah.
Missouri State Pen is
awesome. I will say getting a ticket to an event is a lot cheaper than trying to do it your own way. Kathy said, I get threatened. If she doesn't show up.
Yes.
Okay, well, your family.
Your family, so yeah.
Lauren said, I'm excited to meet everyone I see each week at the events this year. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a great way to meet each other. West Virginia bound. Yay. I know. I'm really excited.
I'm excited about West Virginia. And I'm also not going with our group's going in September, October or August 3rd. I'm going to West Virginia Penitentiary.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You are doing it.
Yeah, me and Abby are going to. We got invited to go.
Yeah.
So I'll be hitting out all 4 big places in West Virginia this year.
Oh, that's
kind of cool.
Paranormal Shoes said you doing an event there. Yes, we're doing an event at Missouri State Penitentiary.
Yes, MSP. It's up on Facebook on our events.
Paranormal.
Or you can go to our website. They're up there. Go on tickets. We sell them tickets. You can buy tickets on there. You can buy it through the event. The event's going to take you to the website. So it's Haunted Souls with a Z, paranormal.com. Under booking or event, click on it and you can buy tickets. Now, if you're going to buy multiple tickets, if you go to the bottom, after you buy one, you can buy multiple tickets at the bottom of the screen. Mm-hmm. You don't have to buy one ticket, then one ticket, and one ticket.
Yeah.
You can buy multiple tickets down the bottom.
Mallory said, I'm probably dragging y'all to my locations that are close to where y'all in the September. Y'all have no choice.
Hey, just let me know.
Yeah, just let us know.
Let us know. I'm always up. That's where I just got last week. And 2 weeks ago, I was at Mineral Springs because a friend of mine. Oh, speaking of which, Abby's probably not on here, but shout out to Abby. It was her birthday on Sunday.
Oh, happy birthday!
So happy
Abby.
Birthday to Abby on that one.
Yeah.
But she called and said, "Hey, I'm going to Mineral Springs. Do you want to go?" I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah.
I went to Rhodes Hotel.
I think that's my favorite part of, besides being a paranormal investigator, is meeting other paranormal teams and meeting other people in the community. I think that's one of my favorite parts because we get really close friends with people. Paranormal Trio said, "Oh, I have to go look." Yeah.
Yeah. go on. But with that, where we at? Are we at 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We start. Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So once again, next week, everybody come. What just came up?
They said, "Wow, can I not see Miles' comments?" So if you're on YouTube, and if anybody else didn't know, like, why you can't see all comments.
Oh, she's on
So,
Facebook.
so if one person's on YouTube commenting and the other person's on Facebook commenting, you can't see each other's comments, but I can see everybody's
Yeah, you can't.
comments.
People on YouTube can't see Facebook comments.
Mallory said, "I live like 45 minutes from Sweet Springs." There you go.
There we go.
But with that,
Yes, thank you. See you guys next
Yep.
week. The more the merrier. Got to be here. We're gonna have a fun time next week.
yes,
I can't wait for next week
be
and
a
everything.
big party and
It's gonna
celebration.
be a big party.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
And everybody, thank you for the support. Stay spooky. See you next week.
Bye.